Welcome to this open day. We prepared as a brief presentation just to show what is our course. So this master course in biotechnology is hosted by the Vita-Salute San Raffaele University in Milan, as you may know. And I would like to start my presentation with this sentence. I say, what is biotechnology? And to help answer this question, Robert Gallo, that was one of the discoverers of the HIV virus, when we invited him for conferring him the laurea honoris causa, he just said that biotechnology is medical research today, and this is really true, or at least it is in this way in our institution. Just a brief presentation of what is the San Raffaele campus. We have more than 100 of laboratories devoted to scientific research. This involves more than 1,800 researchers. We have a very strong record of scientific papers with a huge total impact factors and some other data that you may be interested in. If you have any type of question about our research, please email me, and then I will reply with all the data you may need. Why we are proposing a course, a biotechnology course in English? The English is the language that science speaks, and we used to have all our lab meeting in English, and we have a lot of researchers from abroad, therefore we usually speak English in all over the campus. And this is let's say, the anatomy of our first year of the course. So you will see here 3 different colors just for categorizing different pillars of integrated courses. We have basic courses like molecular cell biology, the regulation of gene expression, molecular and cellular neurosciences, and molecular virology. To go more deep in the molecular mechanism of diseases, we have a quite strong presentation of omics data and how to analyze all this big data proposed by omic approaches. Then we have a large courses on how to diagnose genetic diseases. And then we have also these that are devoted to tumor progression, that is intrinsic and extrinsic factor in tumorigenesis. Then we have a more, let's say, the applicative pillars, for which we have how research is included in the industrial innovation, including pharma and biotech system. Here in San Raffaele, we are quite famous for our gene and cell therapy approaches to genetic diseases, and therefore we propose also a course, a special course on this directly from the researcher who are pursuing all these therapies on patient. And finally, we have also a chemistry-driven modern drug discovery, from chemical probes to hit leads and drugs. And this is all for the first year. The second year, you will see time devoted to the experimental thesis internship. We have quite long internship for at least 12 months, and just a few courses that should be followed in the second year, that are the logic of scientific discovery, quality in the biotechnological processes, morphological and functional imaging, together with some other more, let's say, applicative courses like biotechnology in assisted reproduction and tissue engineering in orthopedics. So this is just the skeleton of what are the first and the second year of this master. But what we want to stress in particular to our student is that they need to learn a critical thinking. And so many of these courses are structured to stimulate problem-based learning. And of course, most of the argument are about biomedical topics. This is a campus. We have very different buildings devoted to education, to research, and also to the clinical staff. And we are partnering with several abroad institutions for Erasmus Plus program. And I have to say that all our course is structured like a small, let's say, PhD course. So we have a very competitive thesis dissertation. So the experimental thesis is presented in front of a commission of colleagues. And also we have three main figures that helps the student in the developing of the thesis and also in the dissertation. These are the relator, the correlator, and also the controrelatore. That is a figure that is supposed to challenge the student by even proposing some tough question during the dissertation. So usually is very interesting. So the student can demonstrate how they deal with the argument of the thesis and also how they can see about the field that is that is investigated during the thesis, and then they have also some a lot of times also for replying to question from the controrelatore. Is more or less how you are going to defend a PhD thesis. Okay, what to do during the thesis work? Well, we have several internal facility for high technology approaches for making science. So we have specific labs for imaging of cells, for imaging of both optic microscopy or even electronic microscopy. And then we have all the internal facility for doing genomics, proteomics, metabolomics. Or I would say it's an ideal environment for developing a very good thesis. So you have all you need for really develop a very nice experimental thesis. During your stay within the master course, you will have the help of a tutor. We have two tutors, one for each year. Usually they meet students at the beginning and the end of each semester. And otherwise, the student can reach the tutor at any time they need to have support, or even to ask suggestion for how to develop the program, the study program. How to get in our course? Of course, we have a quite selective admission test, and the test is based on the reading of a scientific paper that has been blinded for the title and both the abstract. Okay, here you can see this is, I suppose it was the admission test for the last year. So we proposed this paper taken from Current Biology. And this is the front page of this paper. And here you see how this paper has been seen by the student at the test. The title has been blended, and also the summary. So basically, to the student, we are going to ask to suggest a title. I have to say that in most cases, the title suggested by the student is even better than the original title. Then we ask the student to synthesize an abstract for no more than 1,500 characters. And then we are proposing both open question and multiple choice question. These are just for give you an example, the open question that we proposed to the student last year. Let's say all the paper was on the application of CRISPR technology. So we are just asking the author employ different version of the CRISPR technology along the paper. Describe briefly what is the CRISPR-Cas system in general. So you need to have some basic knowledge on what is CRISPR-Cas system. Or again, to demonstrate mRNA delivery into cells, the author tested the delivery of a mRNA coding for CRE. What is this approach? Why is this approach very sensitive? And if you know what is the CRE system, you already know. Otherwise, if you read carefully how they use the CRE system in the paper, then you can derive also this information from the paper itself. And this is an example of a multiple choice question. What is GAG? A gene that contains lentivirus, a polyprotein that contains the core structural element of retrovirus, a protein that produces a viral envelope, a gene essential for the life. So again, if you have even some information about the virus, in particular about RNA virus, then you know what is the GAG protein. Oh, okay. Another example is this for the identification of RNA species in the VLP fraction. The author used, and then here you have to just click on the correct answer: DNA sequencing, chip sequencing, mRNA sequencing, single cell sequencing. Of course, this derives more precisely from the reading of the paper. Okay, I have to say that we will have a very special celebration for this year. We are going to organize this sort of celebration. I think it will be in October or November of this year, because it's 20 years from the birth of this master course in biotechnology. So these are the previous 20 years celebration for the bachelor course in biotechnology. That was two years ago. So we will have a very good celebration, I hope, this year. And I have to say that probably, even if I'm not allowed to say, but probably we will have in the celebration also the presence of Professor Weizmann, the actual Nobel Prize for having developed the mRNA vaccine that allowed us to survive COVID. So probably he's going to come in Italy, and probably he will be present at our celebration. Okay, how are dealing our laureate after graduation? So I have to say that 95% of graduates are employed. Most of them, a large majority of them, within the first year after graduation. I have to say that the great majority of them go on with further education. 47% are enrolled in the PhD courses, 16% in different master courses, and 32% have a specific job. I can say that they're all quite happy to have done the master course in biotechnology in San Raffaele. And they admit to be a very effective course. 91% are wholly satisfied for what they have learned. What to do next? Well, of course, as I said, most of our students, after they just enter in PhD courses all over the world, I have to say, even in very prestigious American or in other countries university, even if we have a very interesting doctorate program, that is the International PhD course in molecular medicine, internal in the San Raffaele campus. Some of our graduated students start a specific residency program specific for non-medical students. A lot of them are also employed in research and development biotech company, and even I have to say that an even increasing part of our students prefer to start a career in patent processing and technology transfer, or in drug development, or in clinical monitoring, and some part of them are also, I have to say that we have more than between 5 and 10% of our students that they want to invest in scientific communication. And of course, they they probably are going to become scientific journalists. And I have to say that we need a lot to communicate properly what is about all our scientific stuff. We need a lot to have people that are able to communicate the science to the general public. Now we have just a couple of slides to show what is what is interesting from the biotech company world. And I have to say that this is just a picture from this association of biotech company in Italy. So we have a lot of company devoted to biotech in Italy, almost 1,000. I have to say that almost half of them, 49% of them, are doing something in the biomedical field. So half of them are doing biomedical. For the incoming, for the economy, this half of company are producing about 3/4 of all the incoming for all the world of the biotechnology in Italy. So this is just to say that this is an aspect that needs to be taken into attention. And also I have to say that Lombardy and Milan is here more or less. I have to say is the region of Italy where we have the biggest number of biotech companies. So it's very easy to have people from the company that become teachers for some courses in our university. And also we have, just to say that we have a very close contact with the biotech world in close to Milan. What else? We have a lot of alumni with wonderful careers that they made all over the world, and here are just some of them. For example, Paula, one of our first students, is now head of the Office of Biotechnology Transfer in an institute close to San Raffaele here in Milan. Eleonora is assistant professor at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. Eleonora is also a teacher of our course. She come every year in Milan to take this to give this lesson for this course. Alessandro Migliara, that is now a project leader at the University of California. Eufemia is now engaged here in the university, is involved in the public engagement of the San Raffaele University. Alessio, that is a founder of Medrop, is a company working on the pharmaceutical here in Milan. Bruno, that is now director of business of oncology and hematology unit in Amgen. And Barbara Bettegazzi is now assistant professor of physiology in our university. And Diego, that is a manager for this company that is funding research, strategic consulting in Boston, in the US. As you can see we just picked out 8 of our ex-students, and I have to say that most of them some of them are working in research, still in research, but most of them are working in other careers. So having something to do, of course, with the biomedical world, but not doing directly research. Let's say they're doing some strategic consulting or director of business and oncology units and some others. So I have to say that our students are really differentiating in their careers. Okay, I think I can quit here and leave the podium to our dear student. We will have again the question and answer session at the end of this presentation.
Very interesting. Before the students, however, we have just my colleague Laura, who will just give the details about the admission process. So I just leave the stage to Laura. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Angela. Hello everyone. My name is Laura and I'm part of the admissions team. Today I'm going to share with you some useful information about the admission process. Okay, as Professor Casari has mentioned earlier, in order to access our master's degree in biotechnology and medical biology, it is necessary to register for and take an admission test. As you can see from the first slide, we have different dates, deadlines for European and non-European candidates, because there are two different quotas. So there is a limited number of places, and some places are reserved for European students and other places for non-European ones. So each quota has an admission test and also a specific call for admission that regulates all the procedure, the whole procedure. You can find the definition of the two categories, European, non-European, in the call for admission on our website, but I just quickly say it like generally. Non-EU candidates are all those citizens of non-European countries that don't live in Italy already. They do not have a permanent or long-term residence permit for Europe and don't have a second citizenship, which is European. So basically, this is the category. Okay, so here you can see some key deadlines and dates. For European students, the admission test will be on September 19, and registrations will for the test will open very soon. The call for admission is not published yet, but very, very shortly you will find it online. So keep an eye on our website. It's just a matter of very few days. But yeah, I can tell you that the test will be on September 19, and the deadline for applying, for registering will be September 12. While for non-EU students, everything is in July. So the admission test, July 23rd, and the deadline to apply, July 16. This is because non-EU students need to apply for a study visa to enter Italy. So we have to do everything much earlier to give the possibility to arrive on time for the beginning of the course. Enrollment will be possible for both, starting from the day after the publishing of the ranking list, which will be probably the end of September for European candidates, and end of July, starting of August for non-European candidates. And for non-EU candidates, the deadline to enroll will be August 31st, which will be the same deadline to start the application for the study visa. And for European candidates, you will have 3 working days starting from the day after the publishing of the ranking list. Here you have more general information about the test. So the available places are 48 for Europeans and 12 for non-Europeans. There is a cost to register for the test, which is 150 euros. The test will be held online. Both tests will be held online, so you can take it from home. And after the test, like 2 or 3 days after the test, you will be able to access the online review, which basically is the correction of the multiple choice questions, and you will be able to see also your personal score. While within 15 days from the test date, you will find on our website the final ranking list, and you will see your position. We have a look on the steps to take in order to apply. Before that, you can see on the top right a QR code. It's linked to our admission page on our website, and that is the page where you will find very shortly the call for admissions. So it will be updated in 1 or 2 days. So if you, I invite you to use the QR code or go directly on our website, and please read the call for admission, because it's very, very full of information, and it contains all the details you need from the registration for the test until enrollment. And also you have other information like tuition fees and other deadlines. So it's very important to read the call for admission. So let's see how to apply. If you have never registered on our website, so you have never created a profile, you will need to create one. Instead, if you have already done that, even if it's like a few years ago, please don't create a second profile, because then we have two same profiles, and it creates problems with the ranking list and everything. So if you forgot your credentials, you can just contact us and we help you retrieve the credentials. So after creating the profile, you will have to log in, go in the admission test section, and you have a guided procedure, online procedure. You will have to select the correct competition. So there will be two competitions, biotechnology for EU candidates, biotechnology for non-EU candidates. So make sure you select the correct one. During the online procedure, you will also be able to upload, only if you have them, other certifications that you wish to be evaluated for extra points, but this is not mandatory. So if you don't have them, don't worry, you can go on and you don't need to upload anything. Then you will be redirected to an external portal, which is Selexi portal. Selexi is our test provider. And on the portal, you will be able to select the test session, which is one. So you will only have one option. And make the payment of the 150 euros. At this point, the registration for the test is complete, and you just have to wait for the test date to come. On the same portal, if you need to, you can also request test accommodations. So what happens before the test? First of all, I invite you to, if you are attending an international university, or if you are already graduated from an international university, I invite you to send us a copy of your bachelor's degree, or if you don't have it yet, of your last year's transcripts, because our office normally carries out a preliminary check, not of its content. So we don't evaluate the content of your exams path or anything, but it's a check about the suitability of your qualification in order to enroll in a master's degree in Italy. So basing on the ministerial academic requirements to enroll to a master's degree in Italy. Then starting from 5 days before the test, so not earlier, but starting from 5 days before the test, you will receive directly from Selexi, from the email address you can read there, convocazioni@ilmiotest.it, technical information to access the test and the link to take the test. And you will be asked to make a technical requirement check in order to check if your device and your internet connection is stable, and you are ready to take the test on the following day, or well, on the following days. What happens on the test day? Well, you please log in with the same devices and not different devices that you used during the technical requirement check, because in this way you avoid last-minute technical problems that may delay you and may also prevent you from taking the test if the delay is too long. Then you will have to show your ID or passport for the identification procedure. And your desk must be empty. You will only be able to use 2 sheets of white paper and a pen. Okay, the content of the test, it's the professor has already showed you some examples, but yeah, as he was saying before, there is there is the comprehension of a scientific article. You will have to define a title and a short abstract, 2 open questions, 30 multiple choice questions, and in total you will have 180 minutes to complete the whole test. Here you can, oh, sorry, I didn't change the slide, I think. Okay, here you are. So yeah, 2 open questions, 30 multiple questions, 180 minutes. So in the box, you can see how the points are assigned. So from 0 to 20 points for the title and the abstract for the scientific article, from 0 to 9 points for each of the 2 open questions, and 2 points for correct answer, minus 0.75 points for incorrect answers, and 0 points for non-given answers for multiple choice questions. The admission test is entirely in English, so all questions and answers have to be in English. Okay, after the test, you will have to wait maximum 15 days, and then you will be able to see the ranking list on our website. The points, the ranking list, the points assigned to be included in the ranking list are a total of 100. 98 points will be assigned for the answers provided in the test, while 2 extra points may be assigned if you have uploaded during the registration, the online registration for the test, other certifications that can be evaluated. They have, of course, they have to be related to the course. And also, if you upload, for example, an internship that you have carried out in Italy or abroad, it must not be the thesis internship, so a different one. This slide is only referred to non-EU students. Very short and general information. Why very short and general information? Because basically my office, the admissions office, normally provides step-by-step information and very detailed ones. So you are never left alone. You will receive instructions, information, deadlines, everything that you need before arriving in Italy, everything that you need to prepare. But very generally speaking, the first thing to do once you know that you have been admitted and you decide to enroll in the course is applying for a study visa. The application works like this. So you have to submit an application through a specific ministerial portal. We will provide the link, of course, when it will be the time. And then when the admissions office, our office, validates the application, and you will be able to go to the consulate or book an appointment with the consulate or the embassy to request a study visa. As you can see in the slide, I really recommend and ask not to start this procedure before receiving our instructions, because we want to avoid any possible mistakes or misunderstandings or anything that any issues, since it's a delicate procedure. So we want everything to go smoothly. Last thing that I want to give you as information today is what you will have to do upon arrival. Also upon arrival, you will not be left alone. My colleague of the International Student Engagement Office will support all the students that enter Italy with a study visa for the other bureaucratic procedures that are request for a residence permit, the Italian tax code number, and national health insurance registration. If you will have, after all our information, instruction, everything, any doubts or any needs or anything, we are always available. My office is always available. You can always contact us via email or even phone. You can phone us, and we are always available to provide anything you need, even additional certificates or anything you need related to your career as a student. Okay, thank you. Okay, now, yes, now I leave the room to our students so they can share their point of view.
Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Angela. Thank you also, Professor Casari. So I'm Giulia, and I attend. Can you see the slide? Okay. I attend first year of this master degree course. So this is me. I graduated here in San Raffaele University last year. So I did my bachelor degree here. I will talk shortly about some points and characteristics of our course, of our master degree. So in particular, we will focus on this particular problem-based learning. So in fact, in our course, we have the possibility to learn not only from professor to student lecture, but also we have the possibility to learn by doing. So we have the first person, for example, to do presentations. Today, for example, I just did a drug discovery presentation this morning, and it was very nice. It is very nice because we have the possibility to face problems or questions that professor give us in order to do a lecture for our colleagues. In these photos, you can see the different. These are photos from my presentations, and I think we did about 4 this semester, and also other 2 the past semester. So this is a really great opportunity because we have the possibility to learn in a very different way, and this is a very innovative thing. We have the possibility in our university. I had the possibility to participate in this project that is Breaking Science. It is a project in which me and my colleagues were involved in teaching to middle school students in Milan. So we went to this school. We had the possibility to teach these students some, for example, to show these students, for example, some experiments such as DNA extraction or gel electrophoresis. This is a great opportunity because it's very instructive also for us, because they are the students were very, very smart, so they also we also learned from them. Our university is not just focused on study. Obviously, is an important part, but there are a lot of other activities, such as, for example, I was talking before about Breaking Science, but also we have a lot of teams. In particular, in this photo, you can see our volleyball, basketball team. We have also a cheerleader team, and there are also a lot of other activities, such as, for example, chess group and others. They went. You can see in the photo on the left, they went in Barcelona this year for a World Inter-University Championship. So they had a very lot of fun. Back to the career path, so the future careers in academia. I will talk about my program. So my idea is to remain into research fields. So there are several possibilities after my master graduation, such as, for example, I reported here the international PhD course in molecular medicine, as also the professor was saying before, and a graduate school. So these are careers that are more associated with academia, but our university is not just these. So Sara, my colleague, will talk to you later about other opportunities that you could have after graduation. So with this, I finished. I give the floor to Sara, that will talk to you about the second years and other features of the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sarah, and I'm a second-year master's student of this course. And I will briefly show you some other peculiarities of this course. So here, as we were saying before, there are some photos of some events that are organized by our university. So you can see how life at campus is, because in a student's life, it is important to study, obviously, but not only. So UniSR allows us to meet new people, meet the students that are studying here at these universities. So I think it is very important to also facilitate this aspect in order to have also a better life here at campus. Here, as you can see, there are some photos of me during my thesis internship. So as we were saying, the second year focuses mostly on the internship. And I think it is a great opportunity to do the internship in such a challenging and also great environment, because you can see really how it is the life of a researcher. In particular, you can see that here I also went to the OR, because for a part of my project I needed some human muscle samples. So I was able to go into the OR, but here you can see that I was collecting some muscle sample from a mouse. So in this university, you have the opportunity to pursue your project not only in laboratories, but also in the hospital. So it is a great experience and a great place where you can learn and grow in a very fast way. Talking again about the internship, here you can see me and my colleague during the digital retreat of the university. It takes place annually, and this year it took place in Brescia. And me and my colleague were invited as part of a research team here at San Raffaele University. And it was very satisfying, because we had also the possibility to present our poster. And so it really shows you how you work in a team, and so it was very very exciting. And here, as we were saying before, I wanted to show you some other career pathways that you can embrace once you have graduated from the master degree. Because, for example, I would like to join the pharma industry. So a career as medical advisor, or also brand manager or market access specialist are very requested right now. So also joining some pharma industries such as AstraZeneca, Amgen, or Pfizer, it would be very very interesting. And here in this university, we have some professors that teach us how to do that. So it is very useful, and it is great having advices from people that work not only on the academia. So this was it. We are here to answer your questions if you have some, and we are waiting for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sara and Julia, for your precious insight. I mean, being a student is always different from being a professor or being someone like working in the university. So it's very, very important, I think, for our students to have your opinion as well. Obviously, I noticed that someone sent some questions in the chat. So maybe we can just read them, even if already answered, so that everyone can have the same pieces of information. So the first question was, how many candidates are there for the admission test usually? Thank Professor Casari for the answer. Usually around 100 and 140. It varies according to the year, obviously. So yeah, it depends on the years. Then there was a specific question about a bachelor degree in botany, but the professor again answered precisely on this kind of topic to the student interested. So if you have any other question related to your previous background, the studies, your bachelor, just feel free to write your question here. Another question from Ludovica: if I graduated after the test date and was successful, could I still enroll? Yes, you can. And I think that students have time until December to graduate. So they can take the test, pass the test, enroll, start lessons, and then have time till December of year 1 to actually graduate. And then there is another precise request of information how to apply. So in case, Damien, if you need more like to be guided through the application process, you can always contact us. You can also book a one-to-one meeting with one of my colleagues. They would be happy to help you in this process. If you have any other question, even for Sara or Julia, so that they can give you their student perspective, just feel free to write your questions in the chat. If questions will arrive just later on today or maybe tomorrow, don't worry about that. Just go on our website, go and contact us and book a meeting with us, or send us an email, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. We hope you enjoyed the webinar, that it was very helpful for you to understand how to apply. And we really hope to see you soon among our students for the master's degree in biotechnology and medical biology. I thank you, all the participants to the webinar, Professor Casari for the time and the wonderful presentation, Laura for the useful information, Sara and Julia were wonderful in giving us pictures of their life as scientists, and the students here in UniSR, and Federica that you can see here, but and she's the person in charge of the secretariat of the master's degree. So, Professor, if you want to,
thank you all. I hope to see you all at the test.
Have a nice afternoon and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.